Back. My name is Zane, and this is Altcoin Disrupt. Today we'll be talking about Avalanche, and we'll be doing a deep dive into what Avalanche crypto is. And today we'll assess whether or not Avalanche is a 100x coin. Is it a 100x idea based on where it is now? I mean, take into account this wasn't always the price of Avalanche. Maybe there was a time when it was much lower, maybe at £1. And that's a big difference, 100x in from £1 to £100. But now it's at £21, and 100x will put it at a pretty substantial high volume when it comes to the pound. Let's just do a quick math. 21 pounds times that by 100 equals 2,100 pounds. That's the number we're looking for. Can Avalanche achieve this year or in the next 10 years? Now, when I do these videos, I always have to tell you guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is simply a video of me explaining to you my opinions based around Avalanche, whether or not I think if it's a great idea, if it'll be profitable, and if it's decentralized, and if I think it will 100x. I'll also be talking about what it is, like what is Avalanche, and why it matters. Why does it exist? So let's get into this, guys. In brief, Avalanche is an advanced blockchain platform that promises extreme scaling capabilities and fast confirmation times. That's important. Fast confirmation times. In the world of crypto, fast confirmation times is key. You always want a coin that can be fast, reliable, and easily accessible, meaning low fees. Now, they haven't said anything about fees in this brief paragraph, but confirmation times, if it's fast, as they say, that's something to keep an eye on, because not every coin is. Now, several products have already been launched on Avalanche, including Pangolin Automatic Marker Maker. So we'll have to look into what this is. Pangolin Automatic Market Maker. I don't really know what it is, but we'll have to look into it. Now, I do have their site up and running. It says, now when I Google this, I found multiple of their sites. I found Avalab, I found another one, and this is more about what it is, just public information, but it looks like they're a big organization. It looks like their website and social medias run like a Japanese train schedule. You know, it's very on point. It looks very professional. And they also have another site which is for their wallet, or at least I think it is. If they do have their own wallet, that'd be amazing. And if it does work really well and easily accessible, that'd be even better. Now, it looks like it's accessible on a computer, which I'm currently using. However, I'd like to know if the wallet can be accessed through other means, such as an app for the iPhone or for an Android phone. That'd be really good. So they've got an app, they've got a coin, they've got a great idea in making their product scalable, in making their product fast when it comes to confirmation time, and building more products and launching it on their site. And the site does look very professional. So I'll be looking into more of it as we go even deeper into what Avalanche is. Now, if you guys haven't heard about Avalanche before, this is a great video to explain to you what it is and does it have potential. If you guys have heard of this before and you know what it is, you can still watch the video. You can just leave an opinion in the comment box, leave a like as well, and let me know what you think about my opinions and my research. Now, in the race to produce the fastest, most featured complete blockchain there is, a handful of major players have emerged in the last year. And that's true. That's very true. A lot of people are now looking at the blockchain as, you know, it's not just something for Bitcoin. It's not just something for smart contracts. It's an entire multiverse of different possibilities. And that's good for the financial industry and for the future of online scalability and security. Amongst these, Avalanche opened an open source platform for new financial primitive and decentralized application, has emerged as one of the most front runners. Now that's also important that they're tackling a decentralized application, and they're currently one of the leading companies who are tackling this. I don't really want to say companies because it's Avalanche is technically it's a company, but it's a coin, it's an idea. It's got its white paper. It's also ranked 35 in the world. Now that's pretty impressive. For a coin that has over 720 in max supply and a total of well, this is current supply that's available to the public, over 360 million, with a circulating supply of 76 million and a price of £21. That's pretty impressive. This tells me that there's a lot of people investing in this coin. There's a lot of people who like the idea of this coin, for it to have such a high supply yet such a high bargain, such a high price. This is key, guys. This is very important. So we know they're tackling decentralized applications, right? That's what we know. But what is Avalanche? Avalanche is a new platform developed by Labs that allows anyone to easily produce their own multifunctional blockchain and decentralized application called dApps. Now, I think we all know what dApps are. If you don't know what dApps are, I can do an alternative video on what dApps are and go into detail about what a dApp is. But essentially, just a quick explanation, a dApp is a decentralized application. Now, even in a more simpler way that I can explain this, on your iPhone or your Android phone, you've got applications. You've got PayPal, you've got different pay services. You may have Apple Pay, you may have your news app. Those are all applications. The dApps are decentralized applications, which mean that no one can control them. Of course, someone has built the application, but ultimately, no one is in command. No one can control it. No one can pull the strings. Now, with your normal iPhone and Android phone, someone can pull the strings. Someone is pulling the strings. Apple is pulling the string. Google is pulling the string, depending on who owns the apps. But a dApp is a decentralized application, which means that no one can pull the strings. It's mostly up to the users who determine what direction they want the project to go in. That's usually how it works. But let's get into this even more. It is designed to address some of the limitations of older blockchain platforms, including slow transaction speed. And that's important because you look at Bitcoin. It's a great coin. It's the best coin in the world, but it has an extremely slow transaction speed. And people are constantly trying to improve on this and fix it. And many new companies, just like Avalanche, are looking at it as a possibility to improve on their product and overshine Bitcoin. So including slow transaction speeds, centralization, they're tackling centralization. They want to be decentralized, and scalability. They want to be scalable, which means that they want to be advanced. They want to be evolving constantly throughout the years that are to come in the financial industry, and uses several innovations to do so. That's what they want. This includes unique Avalanche consensus protocols, which promises low latency, high throughput capabilities, and resistance to 51% attacks. Avalanche launched its mainnet in September 2020. That's just last year. That's just a few months ago. Just 2 months after raising $42 million in a token sale, which sold out in less than 5 hours. Extremely amazing. Extremely amazing. We're going to take a look at what Avalanche is, and this is from Avalanche, the company, or the coin, the organization themselves.
The global financial fabric is composed of fragmented markets due to regulatory and geographical differences. Until now, there has been no easy way to create and trade digital assets in a legally compliant way. In fact, there is over $800 trillion in world value of assets, yet there is not a unified global marketplace for them. What if we could reimagine financial markets as a unified global network, where deploying assets were as easy as sending an email? What if exchanging financial products was unified, so one could trade equities, commodities, alternative assets, and more, all on the same global platform? AVA is the infrastructure to make this possible by enabling any financial network to plug into one universal platform. Welcome to the Internet of Assets, a global financial network for the issuing and trading of all digital goods. AVA can support such a large universal network because of its unprecedented engine. AVA is built with speed that is only possible with a recent breakthrough in distributed systems, known as Avalanche consensus. Current decentralized networks are built on over decade-old consensus protocols that have issues scaling with high performance. But now, there is Avalanche consensus. It enables millions of participants to validate while processing thousands of transactions per second, down to sub-second finalization times. It's blazing fast, really fast. AVA pairs this engine with an architecture that can fit the custom needs of unique financial products and decentralized applications. This customizability is achieved through subnetworks, enabling anyone to launch their own tailor-made network with custom virtual machines. AVA lays the foundation for a platform of platforms, where there are thousands of unique subnetworks that can connect and create one unified global market. An asset issuer on AVA has the flexibility to digitize any asset, starting with determining the features, such as privacy-enabled transactions. The issuer can decide whether it wants to be on a permissioned or permissionless network. The asset can be built with custom smart contracts to help design the marketplace functionality. And there can be custom conditions designed to meet compliance requirements. Then launch the asset into the global market. AVA is fast, flexible, secure, with a custom plug-and-play infrastructure that is built to serve the needs of decentralized applications, asset issuers, and financial marketplaces. AVA, your one global Internet of Assets. What will you deploy?
Here's what I got from this entire video. It explained AVA quite well, but the most important thing that I got is classical consensus, Nakamoto consensus. Nakamoto consensus is Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, and that was exactly in 2009. This is basically a timeline of different financial changes in the financial market, essentially a uplift, a upgrade of financial stability and financial innovation. This is what a timeline of financial innovation looks like. I'm guessing classical consensus is probably the Swift transformation that we currently use in our banking system. And Avalanche consensus is trying to create something better than both, newer, and for even more advanced payment. As we've noted, Bitcoin created by Nakamoto is quite slow for today's use when it comes to sending money around. It can take hours. I've had Bitcoin transaction that's taken me 5-6 hours. Avalanche wants to improve on this, and it's not the only coin that's trying to improve upon this, but they're doing it quite differently, and that's a good thing. So my question is still the same: Can Avalanche hit £2,100 from £21? That is still my question. So where we're at right now, how does Avalanche work? We're going to get into that. It is a lot of information right here. And obviously we've talked about the Pangolin. That's the new program that they've introduced. So it's quite interesting. They've got a lot of things to go through. So we're gonna go through majority of them. But first, we're gonna talk about how does Avalanche work. Now that we've understand what it is, I hope you guys understand what it is now. Let's talk about how does it work, and this will be quite quick. At its core, Avalanche is built around a system of 3 interoperable blockchains: the exchange chain, contract chain, C chain, and platform chain, P chain. Briefly, the X chain is used for creation of new digital assets, important, whereas the C chain is Avalanche's Ethereum virtual machine implementation, and the P chain is used for coordinating validators and creating subnets. Did you know subchains are a set of validators tasked with achieving consensus on one or more Avalanche blockchains? 2 of these blockchains, the P chain and C chain, are secured by the chain optimized Snowman consensus, helping to enable high throughput, secure smart contract, whereas the X chain is secured by a DAG optimized Avalanche consensus, a secure and scalable protocol that can achieve transaction uh, finality in seconds. That's important. The platform is centered around the AVAX, the native utility token for Avalanche ecosystem, and it's used for paying network fees, staking. They do staking. That's important. In today's financial world of crypto, staking is a huge thing, and it's a great way for people to make passive income, creating a basic unit of account between Avalanche subnets. So what's so special about it? According to Avalab, the platform can handle somewhere between orders of 400 and 4,500 transactions per second, compared to around 7 TX seconds for Bitcoin and 14 TX for Ethereum, sorry. It's also able to achieve transaction finality in under 3 seconds. This arguably makes it better suited for massively scaling decentralized application, which would be bottlenecked on many competing platforms. Yes, there's a lot of platforms competing for the exact same thing, the exact same ideas. So it's important to see where Avalanche has done extremely well, and to look at their pros and cons. Now, Ethereum does Ethereum is a proof of stake, and Ethereum have done very well to make themselves as unique as possible in the crypto world, and that's a good thing. Avalanche is trying to do the same thing in a different way, but to be as unique as possible. So, besides being highly scalable, Avalanche is also built to tackle another major problem facing blockchain and systems today. Interoperability is achieved by enabling blockchains both within a subnet and between subnets to communicate one another, allowing them to complement one another and support cross-chain value transfers. It's also remarkably inclusive. While many proof-of-stake blockchains only allow a select number of validators to participate in achieving consensus, Avalanche allows anyone staking at least 2,000 other AVAX to participate. Did you know Avalanche completely nixes the concept of slashing? Users will not see their stake penalized if their nodes misbehave or malfunctions. That's unique for a company. Not every coin does that. Not every company does that when it comes to staking. As of February 2021, Avalanche's biggest rival remains Ethereum, and that's good. If it's similar to Ethereum, it means that it has a great chance of hitting that £2,100 mark that I've been talking about this year. Or could it do it a little bit later? If it does do it a little bit later, that's not a worry for me, because it's still achieving. That's the main goal. Can it achieve? Whether it takes 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years, it will still make that achievement. So yes, I do think AVAX is a 2,100 coin. I think it will 100x. I do. And for that reason, and based on the small amount of information I know so far, and how well the stock is doing, it's a 35 most popular stock in the market at the moment. That's really important. They have an application to build decentralized application, dApps. That's really good. They've got their own wallet. That's really good. And they're on their steps of becoming decentralized. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys can leave a like and leave a comment and subscribe, and let me know, am I right? Do you believe in what I say, or do you not believe that it will 100x? So it's your opinion versus mine. So let's have a conversation in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.